Hello and welcome back. Well, I think it's just welcome back, probably me first, and then welcome back you. Really has been a very long time since I've posted. I'm going to say it's probably 2, maybe 3 months. Call it an extended summer vacation. I could, of course, spend a lot of time explaining what I've been up to. You can see some of it on my face here with the beard, although that really doesn't take a lot of effort on my part. Then there is lots of little projects that I've been up to. But good to be back. Not necessarily going to be posting daily, so apologies if I've raised your expectations a bit, but I will be posting more than once every 3 months. I still love Sudoku. Caught myself solving some on the commute to the office the other day, so why not get back into it and enjoy Sudoku with the whole community out there. So today's puzzle, kind of for this return, it's a beautiful combo. This is a murder mystery, and you can see the constructed here, which is, I think, Dying Dutchman. Quite the name, actually. A bit of a play on words with who done it or who donut. The donut will be a little bit more obvious when I actually put up the puzzle in a second. And somebody has clearly eaten what looked like a mix between a donut and a gingerbread man. And Sleuth is there to investigate. Let's take a look at today's puzzle and rule set with who has done it by dying Flutchman. Excuse me. I said Dutchman the other. That's kind of, you can see immediately sort of the donut that I was referencing. You can see that there's 0 things in box 5 here. And then appropriately, tons of killer cages all around for us to sort of play around. If you were confused by any of this, just a quick reminder of these rules. Normal Sudoku, you all know what that means. Means place the digits 1 to 9 once each, so no repeats in every row. Every column, of course, every 3x3 box. Then we've got digits in cages may not repeat and sum to the indicated total. So for example, these 4 cells have to add up to 15. These 4 cells have to add up to 26. And remember, I cannot repeat any digits, even though these 2 cells are in different rows, columns, and boxes. It is explicitly stated in the rules. So any 4 numbers that do not repeat, that add up to 26, are absolutely valid. So fairly straightforward set of rules. As always, to play along, link in the description down below for you to do so. I'm going to be a little bit rusty with recording and playing and everything. And with that said, since I did say I'm going to be rusty, I'm actually double checking my normal error, which is somehow the screen freezes and I totally forget about it and you end up with a blank. Anyway, with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. I'm kind of looking at all of these cages and I'm just trying to think if there's any that jump out as particularly small or particularly large. So the minimum 5 cells can be, for example, is 15. 24 is just not that interesting. Although, there you go, that's 15, that's in 5 cells. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if I can type. And therefore these are from 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, if I maximize these with 7, 8, 9, that's 24, that would be a 2. 6, 7, 8 is, excuse me, yeah, 24, and that would be a 2. 6, 7, 8 would be, so there isn't a huge amount of options here. So 6, 7, 8 is the minimum, which would make that 21. To get to 26, that's 5. And then 7, 8, 9 is 24. To get to 26, that would be 2. Well, I say not a lot of options, quite a few options. 34 and 5 cells. So let me just think about this. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is 35, isn't it? 6, 7, 8, 9 is 30, 6 and 9, 15, 7, 8, 15, and 5, 35. So that is also forced. So that has to be 6, 7, 8, 9, and a 4. I'm going to struggle with all of these pencil marks. 1, 2, 3, and 5. 1, 2, 3, and 5. Not helpful. 1, 2, 3, 4 here. And a 10 cage in 4 cells, that's also forced. Where am I going with any of all of this? So obviously 1, 2, 3 absolutely doesn't work here because that would be 6 and then that would be 11. So the 5 has to be in this group and therefore that is not a 5. Now 2, 3, 5 would give me 10 and this would be 7. And then presumably 1, 3, 5 is okay. 1, 2, 5 is 8. So this is 7, 8, 9. And basically I can skip any of the digits 1, 2, and 3. Again, not helpful. Does mean that the 5 and the 6 are guaranteed to be in here, which is not that useful. 4 cells that add up to 20, again, not that useful. Where am I going with all of this? Okay, 29 in 5 cells, not that useful. So, excuse me. So essentially, I think I'm going to have to start doing some arithmetics across cages to get anywhere. That really seems to be the only way this is going to make sense. So where am I going with this? So I know that this is a maximum of 16 and a minimum of, a maximum of 18 and a minimum of 16 because this is 1, 2, or 3. Now if it's 16 plus 24, that is 40, and then that's 5. So that's totally fine. Now, if this happens to be 18 and 24, that would be 42, and then I would need a 3. So the 2 is not a valid option in here. That's the extent of my analysis. Not great. What about in there? 7, 8, or 9. So 34 plus I said a minimum of 10. No, excuse me. It's a maximum of 10 with 2, 3, 5. So 44 with a 1. Yeah, all of them are options, 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I did say I'm going to be rusty. Very evident roundabout now. This is a 1-star difficulty rated puzzle. So like I deliberately picked what I thought would be approachable. Famous last words. And then clearly that's proving a little bit too much for me. None of these cages seem... Oh, 4 cells in 25. No, that's still given 30 as the maximum. 32 with 5 cells. So I'm fairly sure I need the 9. 5, 6, 7, and 8 is 26. 5 and 8, 6 and 7, yeah. So 9 is definitely in here. No, but I have 5 digits. Right, let's try that again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 12, 24, and a 6 is 30. So the 9 has to be in here, and therefore that's not a 9. Now, if I don't use the 9, I still think I'm short, aren't I? So 9 and 9 is 18, and 6 is 24, and 7 is 31. So that is forced. That has to be 7. These are not 7s. Excuse me. Let's try that again. These are not 7s. There's definitely an 8 in here. And in fact, like, that's probably enough, isn't it? Given I know that this is 32, plus the 7 is 39. So to get to 45, these have to be 6, and therefore they are 1, 2, 3, and that's the 4. I mean, given kind of the viewership, I know that you guys don't need this, but when I keep focusing on 45, it's because Sudoku says there's the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in every box. You add them all up, they're 45. And then the remainder in here is, let me just double check. It is 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. And that, I am hoping, is 13, 13, 26 plus 6 is 32. So that's perfect. Don't need a corner pencil marks. Now that this is 7, I know that this is 10. So that has to be 2, 3, 5. This has to be 1, meaning this is 18 plus the 24. 18 and 24 is, goodness, 42. And therefore this has to be 3. These are not 3s. 3 in here says these have to be 23, which I believe is 6, 8, 9. Okay. And therefore this has to be 7. Right, so I don't know how you would spot this without kind of the hard math that I was doing, but I'm kind of wondering if essentially is once you have that break and you just keep following, well, this one ends, so, oh, no, here's 1. And you can essentially just keep going round, filling in these single digits, whatever you find the break in. So 7 means that these have to be 12 to get to 19. 12 and 29, I'm going to say, is 41. Therefore, this has to be 4. Therefore, this is 11 plus the 27 is 38. And then to get to 45, I mean, this will be very awkward if I miss numbers here. 7, meaning this is 13 with the 30, 43, and therefore 2. And therefore 23 again was 6, 8, 9. So 23, 7, sorry, 23 plus the 4 makes 27, plus the 18 makes 45. I just wanted to check that I haven't kind of screwed up somewhere. Okay, so we have something, like for example, 689, 689, that's 689. No 7s, but, oh, actually 3. No 3s, no 2s, so that's the 1, the 3, the 2. Not 2 or 3, that's 5. In fact, this is not 3 either, that's 3, that's 2. So yeah, it should probably start to like collapse fairly quickly. Unless it's got more tricks up its sleeve. Let's have a think. I mean, we said these have to be 18. Can the 1 be in there? Just taking a look at where the 1s aren't in box 1. If that's 1, these would have to be double 9? No. 8 and 9. I can't repeat the 1. Come on, Sleuth. Rusty. No 1s, no 4s. I mean, 7 is in one of these two cells. Not very useful. 4 is obviously none of these. 4. 7 is none of these. No 7s. Quite a few places for 7. Let's move on. Must be some fairly obvious things that I'm missing. So 3 cells that add up to 18. That's an average of 6. It's not very useful. I can see that the 2, however, is in here because of Sudoku. So 2, 3, and now 2 cells that add up to 16. That can only be 7 and 9. So that's got to be the 7. And this is a 2-9 pair. No 9s. 4, 6, 8. There's another 4, 6, 8 and a 5. So the 5 is in here. 5 is in there. We got any more obvious Sudoku? Probably. I feel like I'm all over the place, really. 2 in here. 7. 7. And therefore, not 7 is 7. And then 7 in one of these two cells. In fact, because this is 689 triple, 7 has got to be in here, specifically in one of these two cells. And therefore, that's not 7, that is 7. Nearly done with 7s. 13 in 3 cells. Doesn't feel particularly special, does it? No. I mean, other than the fact that there is no 2, I imagine there's still a ton of options. So, no. 12? 12? Yeah, 12. No. Eleven in 3 cells. It is 11, isn't it? Plus the 4 to get 15. But I mean, like, I don't even have to have a 1. And in fact, I don't have a 1. So it has to be, I mean, because 3, 5, 6 is too big, isn't it? If I don't use the 2. Yeah, without the 1 and without a 4, it's got to be 2, 3, 5. That's forced. Right, pay attention then. There's probably more of these around. Look at that. He says, whilst looking at the 689 and thinking he's broken the puzzle. Because apparently I have a 2, 3, 5 triple in here, but I've got 689 in there. Which means I'm going to have to go around double checking every option. Dear oh dear. Ah, sorry, my mistake. Yeah. There you go. Obvious now. So not a 6. And then the 2, 3 and the 2, 3 means that's a 2, 3 pair. And therefore that has to be 7. And therefore that's not a 7. That's the only place for a 7. 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah. And in fact, no 6s. It has to be a 6, not a 6. 8, 9 pair is a 6. Interesting. I thought I'm going to have to try and come back to box 5 really at the end. But instead, I'm having to solve it almost now. So what am I missing in this box? I've got 1, 4, 5. Clearly no 5s, that's a 5. That's a 1, 4 pair. That's not a 4. Definite 4. No 4s. Definite 4. Can't exactly place it. 2, 9. No. 5, 4, 5, 6, 8. No. I mean, I can place these 2 digits now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, there you go. That's an 8, 9. One, two, three, four, 5. I don't have a 4, excuse me. I need 4, 6, 8, 9. I mean, the 9 isn't here. So this is 4, 6, 8. 4, 6, 8, 9. And this could be any of them. That's just not very useful. Not a 4. We do know what these are now. So this is 1, 4, 5. Clearly not a 4. Yeah. No 4s, no 4. Do I have to have a 4 in here? I think the answer is probably no. Excuse me. Why am I struggling so much with all of this? What am I missing? 18 minutes, goodness me, time's flying. You see that, like, I think what I'm struggling with is that, like, I almost have no intuition about where I should be looking next. It's a very unusual puzzle, and again, I'm very rusty. And this is quite unusual. What I'm hoping for is somebody's going to point out a much more elegant path than what the shenanigans I'm getting up to, basically. I should voice what I'm doing. I'm just basically kind of double checking if I missed some obvious classic Sudoku, and the answer is definitely. But to what end? Not entirely sure of that. I mean, again, I don't have to have a 1. Apparently, I don't even have to have a 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, no 4. Right, so I have to have a 1 or 2 in here. Possibly both. 1, 2, and a 9. Interesting. So if there is a 2, it's in here. If there is a 1, it's in there. So if it is a 1, and then I'm trying to get to 11, and I can't have 3, 8, 4, 7, I would have to be 2, 9, or 6, or 5, 6. Excuse me. And if it isn't a 1, and there's a definite 2, then I have 9 and I need to get to 10. And of course, 1, 9, 2, 8 is out, 3, 7 is out, and 4, 6 is out. So so this is always 1. That's a really long way of kind of determining that. And therefore, this is always 8, and therefore these two cells always add up to 11. So it's either a 5, 6 pair or a 2, 9 pair. 5, 6 makes that 2, 4, makes that 8, 9, makes that 8. Because, 2, 9 pair. So that's one option. And then 2, 9 in here makes that 4, 5. This is never a 5. So 2, 9. Four, 5, and I'll be left with 6, 8. So this is 6 or 8. 6, 8, 9. There's a 4 in here, which is not there. This is highly strange. Not had to do something like that before. 6, 8, 9. We need 4, 6, 8, 9 in the column. That's one of them, two of them, and then a 5 with a definite. Oh, and I've got the 4. So 5 with a 6, 8, 9. Well, not 9. 5 with a 6, 8. Not a 1. So this was, if this is 5, 6, this is 2, 4. If this is 2, 9, this is 4, 5. There's always a 4 in here. And therefore, no 4 in there either. And yes, because that's the only place for a 4. Not a 4 is a 4. Still 2 places for the 6 and, the 6, 8, 9s. Yeah. All very interesting. Definite 4 in here. I think we're done with 4s. I mean, 1s are in there, then here, and there. It's just like nothing's lining up. 1s. Like, the breakthrough that breakthrough. Careful how I'm describing that. Was basically really forcing this gauge. So like I'm kind of thinking really force this one too, which I'm not a fan of. So because I don't even have to have a 2. So I need to get to 13. 1, 2 doesn't work. So it's 1 or 2, but again, I could have a 3. Can I have a 3? What would I need to get to 13? 3, 5, 6 is too big. 3, 5, 6, yeah, it's 14. And then 3, 4, 6 is not available. So I have to have 1 or 2. But not both, because otherwise I would need a 10. Okay, but Sleuth. So there's a definite 1 in here. And now that there is a definite 1 plus the 7, that's 18. Sorry, that's 8. And then I need 12. And a 12 is not 5, 7, and it's not 4, 8. It can only be 3, 9. So this has to be 1, 3, 9. Is that remotely helpful? Like, remotely helpful. I mean, it tells me what these are. It's not 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 5, 6, 8, which I am going to Pelton mark, plus the 7, which does add up to 30. 5 and... Hang on, what? Oh, yeah. What? 7 and 8 is 15. 5, 6, 4. Sorry. So 4 and 8, 5 and 7, that's 24. And the 6, 30. I've like at this point, I've pencil marked almost everything. So what I've probably done is I have over pencil marked that I'm kind of losing track of things. I'm looking at this thinking, is that like a whole bunch of common digits? And this is like a naked single. I don't know. I honestly don't know. 28 minutes. Wow. Hopefully this is not too painful for you guys to watch. I mean, I never really have the courage to go back and watch my own videos, so it's not like I'm going to find out. What have I done? Yes, that's what I've done. Thank you. So this is 2, 3, 5. This is not a 3, this is 2, 5. Or a 2 for that matter, that's just 5. And therefore this is 2, 3, no 5. I mean, the rest of this is what? 1, 2, 3, 6, 5, 6, 7. That's 18. Yeah. Except, oh, hang on. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Not a 2. I mean, definite 1. Therefore, not 1. Therefore, is 1. No 3. Therefore, there is 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. I think I finally got it, but wow. I think I finally got it. Just don't celebrate too early. Yeah, no 9s. Therefore 6, 8 pair, therefore 5. 6, 8, 9 triple, therefore another 5. 6, 8, 9 triple. No 8s. 6, 8 pair, 8, 9, 8, 9. Yeah. 8, 9 pair. 6, 8, 1, 9. I mean, we're very nearly there. Not a 2, not a 3. Is that 2, 3, 5, 9? No 5s. Therefore, this has to be, oh, well, that's the 3, that's the 5. 2, 8, 9. Definite 8. Therefore, another 2, 9 with a definite 3. Not a 2. Actually, that 5. I think until I am less rusty, I should probably just have clues on. So it's kind of less painful for you guys. No 9s. 2, 3, 6, 8. Don't know. I mean, I'm fairly sure at this point it is solved. I just like struggling to see things like that. 6 gives me 3, 9, no 9, 2, 8 pair, 3, No 3s, 2, 6 pair. 8, 9 is 8, 9. 2, 6, 6, 8. I don't know how I'm solving this actually. Probably something in here. 6, 8, 2, 6, 8, 9. Come again. 6, 9, 6, 9, 6. Oh yeah, 8, 9, 8, 9, 6, 8, 6, 9, 8, 6, 2, 6, 8, 2, 2, 9, and unless I've made any mistakes, 9 for the finish. I don't think that needed 32 minutes, and I think having hints would have immensely sped this up. Yeah, clearly rusty. Regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and well, let me try that again. Hope you've enjoyed the puzzle. The puzzle's fantastic, even if I kind of really made a mess of solving it, and maybe that you enjoyed the kind of the video and the return of it. Anyway, that's it for now. Hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.